Hey there, I'm Kat, and this is Brews and Reviews. So it's time for my December wrap-up, and I'm not really going to waste any time. This is going to be a really short video because I only read 4 books in December. I had plans. I had plans to read 3 books before, the end of the year, and it just didn't work out. Like, I didn't get anything read nearer to the end of the year because I was just so busy. I had family over, and family, everybody wants you to talk to them. I mean, rude. I'm just kidding, I love my family. I just didn't get anything read when they were nearby. So without further ado, these are the books that I read in December. So if you happen to see my last wrap up, you'll know that I randomly decided to reread Twilight. Because it'd been a while, and I kind of wanted to see if my opinions had changed. Obviously they have changed from when I first read it as like a major twihard, and then reread it and reread it and reread it because I was a major twihard. I reread Twilight last month after quite an absence from the series, and I was like, wow, bad. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to carry on because I still needed something easy. I was not really in the mood to read anything particularly difficult. So I picked up New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. God, it sucks. Bella is so whiny. She's so whiny. Stop it. Also, just all of the characters are trash people. And also, why does Jacob call Bella baby all the time? Like, I hate it. She's not dating you. It's weird. Okay, well, my little werewolf decided to try and climb some things he shouldn't, so he has to sit here for a little while. He doesn't want to be here. Yeah, and maybe it wasn't baby. It might have been something like darling or sweetheart, and it was just weird, and I didn't like it. So that gave me, like, major creeps. Foreshadowing for the major creeps that Jacob will be later on in the series, I suppose. So even when I was majorly into Twilight, I kind of hated this book because I was Team Edward. Yep, now I'm Team Nobody because, boy, all of these people suck and don't deserve to be in any sort of relationship ever. So really all I can say about this book is that it's rubbish, and my thoughts haven't really changed that much, except I think that all of the characters are kind of rubbish now. I used to really like Alice a lot more, and I found that she's just kind of like meh in this. And is she in it more? Why did I like her so much? I don't know. Very confused. Next up we have Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. So I decided to pick this book up before the film came out because I wanted to compare the two and see how I found them. Interestingly, I actually preferred the film to the book because I found that the book characters were very weak, and the structure of the overall story was very weak as well. It felt very episodic, like the main characters went from this situation and then that was very neatly tied up, and then they moved to this other situation. It was almost like a happy series. Could you stop trying to kill me with objects from a bookshelf, please, Cooper? So really, I found that it was almost like small episodes that just of things that just happened to them. None of them really seem to coexist that much. Like, if you chopped some of them out, you wouldn't notice. And that is exactly what happened in the film. They chopped some of the things out and nobody missed them at all. There was nothing to miss. I have to say that I really enjoyed Traction Cities and Municipal Darwinism, which is the way that this post-apocalyptic society has evolved. Some of the cities are now on wheels, and they eat other cities, so they consume them and their resources to survive. You obviously have a faction of people who are anti-tractionist who are against these cities that are on wheels, and it's really interesting. I'm more in this for the world than anything. I enjoyed it. It was okay, but I mean, the film did the characters better, and that's all there is to say about it, really. The film is beautiful to watch if you do want to go and see it. It's very pretty, and the Traction Cities are awesome, but everything else about it is a bit meh. So while I was reading both of those, I also had an audiobook going along. And the audiobook that I was listening to was It by Stephen King. I decided that I wanted to reread it because, I don't know, I think I'd seen something to do with the remake of It, and I was like, I liked it. And then after reading Cujo not so long ago, I was kind of like, I I really want to reread it, and it stuck in my head for ages, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to do it. And there went 45 hours of my life. So it was not obviously the most time-saving of audiobooks that I could have chosen to read, but I enjoyed it, and I really liked it as a reread. I think I just enjoyed it for what it was, and I am glad that I actually went there and reread it, so that was not a mistake, even if it did take up all of my listening time in December. Actually, that's a lie, because it didn't take up all of my listening time in December. I actually managed to also listen to a 4-hour audiobook that was free from Audible. It was called The Christmas Hirelings, and I don't remember who it was by. Mary something? Anyway, it's called The Christmas Hirelings, and I know it was narrated by Jennifer Saunders, who I love, and I was like, well, maybe it'll get me in the Christmas mood, and it did get me in the Christmas mood. It's basically about a Victorian gentleman whose niece, grandchild, niece, I don't know, whose relative convinces him that he'll enjoy Christmas more if he has children in the house. So she's like, well, we haven't got any children, so let's rent some. And he's like, well, whatever you want to do. And she's like, yeah, we'll rent some children. So he gets these children in, and they're all really cute and, you know, nice, and it's Christmas spirity, and it's just very cute all round. Very predictable what happens. Bit bizarre plot line though. I just found it a bit weird that he rents kids. Apart from that, you know, fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. Listen to it around Christmas time if you feel like picking it up. It's cute. And there we have it. Those are all the books that I read in December. Not very many. Only 2 new ones. And, you know, December was a busy month. All of my months are busy right now. So there's that. I definitely didn't finish all the books I wanted to in December, but that's the way the world works. Did you guys get all of your books read by the end of December? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please have a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!